those who own the land, the labor, the resources of this society, those who own this society, that Fortune 500, which is composed of a few giant conglomerates, which in turn are controlled by 5 or 6 major New York banks, which in turn are dominated by the Mellons, Morgans, Rockefellers, and DuPonts. That class controls also the political life, to a large extent, the political life of our country, because they occupy the high ground. They own the media of our country. They also control or play a preponderant influence over our democratic, what we call our democracy, over our political life, because they have these serviceable resources, the thing we're most familiar with. They give the big contributions to the candidates, they pay the fat lobbyists, they have the expertise, they can hire the technology, the skills, the guys who can keep a watch on how people are voting and what they're doing in a way which the rest of us who have to worry about paying our rent or getting from now till Friday can't quite do. And thirdly, they predominate another way in that they set the conditions of economic reality itself. That is, capitalism is the economic reality to which state policy must respond. So when the government has to deal with economic problems, it has to deal with the economic problems of capitalism on capitalism's terms. It has to encourage investment. When the government talks about a viable economy, it's talking about a viable capitalist economy. So there's a whole set of grants and write-offs and export subsidies and research and development subsidies and equity subsidies of all kinds, which the government, billions of dollars, which the government gives in a program called Welfare for the Rich, which Ronald Reagan hardly ever talks about when he talks about economizing in the government, and which those proponents of rugged individualism, self-reliance, and free enterprise hardly ever talk about either, as they live off your tax dollars. And that's your money they take. They take it not only when you're a worker, but then after you get it home, they take it again as a taxpayer. And when they take your money as a worker, and when they take your money as a taxpayer, they're not taking your money. It's not your money they're taking your life. That's your time, that's your sweat, that's your blood, that's your brains, that's your life you put into that. You're never going to get that back. They expropriate that from you for the enrichment of their holdings and the enhancement of their power.